Hello everybody and welcome back to A Royal Reader. My name is Cece and today I'm going to be doing my August TBR. I know it is very late. I think there's like maybe 2 weeks left of the month, but life has gotten a little bit crazy within the last month and a half. I recently quit uni. I have started a new job that is basically full-time work, and my life just sort of went a little bit haywire for a second there, but I am back. July was a really good reading month and I will let you guys know about that in my July wrap-up. Today we are talking about the books that I'm hopefully going to be completing within the next 2-ish weeks. But nonetheless, let's get into it. So as you guys know, if you have been following my channel for a little while, I do a TBR game that I've created called D20 TBR. It is a very simple TBR game. There is a D20, which is a 20-sided dice that I roll, and each number from 1 to 20 has a bunch of prompts on it. And I pick a book that will fit the prompt and I will read that book for the month. Now, normally, if I have not completed the TBR from the previous month, it means that I will have to add on to the number of books that I have for the next month. But because I'm starting this mid-month and I went a little bit crazy in my July TBR, my July reading anyway, I should say, I'm not doing that. I'm only doing 4 rolls, so I have 4 books, which, you know, it's 2 books a week, I'm hoping anyway. So let's get into the rolls. Alright, roll number 1. We have a 10. So first roll was a number 10, which is a book that is an adult fantasy. So the one that I've chosen for this, people may sort of question me about, but the one that I have chosen to pick, alright, so the one that I've chosen for this is actually The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Now, I know what you're thinking, this probably isn't fantasy, but it is an adult, or at least people say that it is a middle grade for adults. So in this book we follow our main character, Linus Baker. He works for this company that sort of checks out these orphanages that house magical children, I think. And basically it's just his job to make sure that the orphanage is looking after them, that they're being fed and that they're being treated well. He's a very monotonous lifestyle and he's just very unhappy. And one day the company sends him to the house on the cover here, which is another orphanage. And while he's staying there, he discovers a few things about himself and about the kids that are there. And it just seems like a real feel-good book. Everybody that I have seen that has read this has loved it, so I am so excited to finally have my hands on this. It is so expensive to try and get this book. It's insane. I think it's like about $30 odd in Australian to try and get the book online in paperback. And then I think it's like $50 for the hardback, and then there's also like a $20 shipping fee, at least from Amazon there is anyway. And yeah, it's only just recently hit stores, and apparently it's also a made to print as well, at least for some of the bookstores here where I live. So yes, so incredibly happy I finally have this. So book number 1. Roll number 2. We have 17. So the next one was a 17, which is for the prompt, call a friend. So I contacted my bestie here where I live, Charlie, and they decided to be a little bit of a cheeky one for me. As you can see by our conversation, I said that she could either pick Air of Fire, which she is currently reading the Throne of Glass series, and I am attempting to continue my reread of the series so I can finally finish it with her. Or she could make me reread Six of Crows because she recently read that as well and it's become her favorite series. But she actually decided to pick Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. This is her copy. She gave this to me months ago and I still have not read it. So she's wanting to see how I go with this, and I am super excited. So I read the synopsis of it and it just sounds very interesting. The concept is incredible and definitely not something that I've heard of. But then again, I don't read a lot of horror thriller books. I think I've only read 2 so far. But basically in this town, the women go to sleep and they, I think, enter into a dream world of sorts. And if they get woken up, not like, you know, if you wake them up and they don't wake up naturally, they go into this crazy, like, violent fit of rage and start attacking people, I think. And so all of the women are falling under this sort of spell, and there is only one lady who is sort of resistant to whatever is happening, and so the men who are in the town are sort of like confused. They don't know if they should like monitor her or like study her, and that's basically all I know. Yes, I am excited. I am a little bit nervous, but it should be interesting. This is going to be my first King novel, and oh my god, the font in this is tiny and the margins are tiny. The heck? Oh, that's weird. Why does it go from 8 to 2? Alright, well, I will be doing a reading vlog of this, so keep your eyes peeled. Roll number 3. We have 13. Next roll, we had a 13, which is sci-fi. Specifically YA sci-fi. Now, unfortunately, I have not had the best run with sci-fi at the current moment in time. I rolled sci-fi last month, and I'm still in the middle of reading that sci-fi. So, the sci-fi I'm talking about is Skyward by Sanderson. So, I did start reading this and I was really enjoying it. I read like 100 pages really quickly. And then I left to visit my friends in Brisbane. I took the book with me, didn't get so much reading, but I read a whole bunch of other stuff at the same time. So yeah, I'm about 200 pages into this, so I'm just going to continue reading this because I don't have any other YA sci-fi books on my shelf. And the YA sci-fi books that I do want to read aren't released yet, so this is what I'm going to pick. To give you the same synopsis that I gave last month, in this we follow our main character Spencer, or Spence. Her father was a well-renowned fighter pilot against the aliens that are threatening her planet where she lives, and on the day of the biggest battle, her father just ran away, and so he has been labeled a deserter. I don't actually know if he's dead or not. Still within... yeah, don't know if he's dead. But that act has sort of just labeled Spencer and her entire family as a bunch of cowards, and hasn't really made their lives any easier. And so Spencer wants to try and like change people's opinions about her and her family and her father. So she enrolls, something along those lines, into the flight academy so she can become a fighter pilot as well. That's basically the gist of things so far. Yeah, there's alien attacks, there's lots of engineerical terms and stuff like that, but I'm enjoying it nonetheless. So yes, I'm going to continue on with this. And roll number 4, we have an 11. And lastly, for the last roll, we have a number 11, which is a historical fiction / fantasy. So it can either be a historical fiction book that I have, or a historical fantasy, a historical fiction that has fantasy elements, because I have quite a few of those. So the one that I decided to pick up because of a dream that I had, I think, is The Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. So I've heard a lot about this. I'm sure everybody else has as well. It's been made into a TV show that's apparently really, really good. In this we have vampires and witches, and I think a whole bunch of other things as well as demons. So from what I know about this, there's no synopsis written on the back, because of course not. Why would there be? There is no synopsis anywhere on this book. Why do publishers do that? Why? Anyway, from what I know about this book, we have our main character Diana, who is a witch, and she is an archivist at, I think, either Oxford or Cambridge. I can't exactly remember. And she discovers a book that I think holds magic in it that people want, and she gets caught up in that aspect. And then our second main character, who's also the love interest, is Matthew, and he's a vampire, and they sort of get connected together by this thing. And yeah, that's pretty much all I know, but that's all I really want to know. I don't really want to know too much when I'm going into this, so yes. Also, why are the margins of this so small? So for the last 2 weeks we have of August, this is going to be my TBR. I'm a little bit nervous I'm not going to finish it. Also, yes, I do realize it's upside down, that's fine. Here we go. I don't know how well I'm going to do, because Discovery of Witches and Sleeping Beauties they're chunky. So I don't know how well that's going to go, but so far these are the books that I have. And yeah, I'm super excited for it, and I can't wait to read them. I will hopefully be doing some reading vlogs of these, because I have missed doing those. I just hope I have time to be able to do them, because work is just crazy. But nonetheless, those are my books. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and do be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you can see more videos of me for the future. I promise I am going to be making more videos. I just needed a break for a bit, and now I'm back and I'm ready to do more. Yes, if you have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them down below in the comments. If you'd like to follow me on any social media, then check out the links that I have in the description box below. I have Twitter and Instagram. Check those out and give me a follow so we can become friends. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in another video later on.